No dominance in sports.
No dominance in sports.
No dominance in sports.
No dominance in sports.
My name is Jello Priagola.
My name is Roxanne Partolan.
My name is Abanto.
And my name is Jamias.
And we are here today advocating for the importance of equal opportunity and equitable participation in women's sports. It's time to update our laws and policies in order to make sure that everyone can have a safe space to participate in sports.
Recently, there have been many discussions about allowing transgender people to participate in women's sports. It is not fair to the girls and women who have trained and competed in the same category. For their entire lives, we need to maintain a level playing field for these athletes who have dedicated their lives to excellence in their sports.
There needs to be more respect and understanding of transgender women's rights while ensuring fairness of equity in women's sports. Even more importantly, we must not give preferential treatment to any one individual or group when it comes to participation in sports.
Yet some have proposed that transgender women would be allowed to join women's sports. This is fundamentally unfair to the female athletes who have worked so hard to make it to the highest level of the sport. Women's athletic abilities and achievements should never be taken away or diminished just because another woman happens to be transgendered.
Moreover, we must prohibit any special accommodations that give transgender women an advantage over their cisgender peers, such as hormone treatments or energy-boosting drugs. Doing so creates an unequal playing field, a field that should be level for all competitors.
Furthermore, we must establish separate leagues and opportunities for transgender athletes to compete. This will help ensure that all athletes are competing on a level playing field and that the unique contributions that young transgender athletes make the world of sports can be recognized and celebrated.
We need to ensure that as many athletes as possible are given the opportunity to play the sports they love, regardless of gender identity. This can only be achieved by keeping women's and men's sports separate and creating safe space for all athletes to compete.
Education is an important part of advocacy. It is vital to confidently and accurately discuss the issues that exist in existing sports systems, as well as the steps that need to be taken to create a better, more equitable sports system.
The primary goal of advocacy is to create a sports system that is both fair and equitable, while also the physical and mental health of women athletes. This can be accomplished with the support of organizations, government bodies, and schools, which should focus on increasing access and decreasing disparities through policy and practice.
When it comes to fairness, words are not enough, and we need to take action to ensure that women are being treated fairly and given a fair chance in life. We all have a responsibility to promote, encourage, and work for fairness on both personal and institutional levels for ourselves and for others.
We can all contribute to the cause of fairness in our own ways. For example, we can support ongoing and new initiatives for greater justice and equity, help out those in need, and ensure that everyone has an equal chance to succeed and thrive. We can also use our influence, awareness, and skills to call out any injustice and collectively work toward a more equal and equitable society. It is important to recognize the fairness is not only a moral value but also a social norm and one that we should try to uphold in all aspects of life.
It will be difficult to include transgender women in sports and achieve justice. It's crucial to address the transgender issue. However, it's also crucial to defend the women's sports division. The federal law that forbids sexism authorizes sexism in sports, which means that, for the most part, males compete against men and women against women.
However, if Congress and the courts had outlawed sex-segregated sports in the same manner that they outlawed racial and religious discrimination, transgender women would have qualified for numerous high school teams but would never achieve the Hall of Famer status that most female teams aspire to. Imagine if each school was only required to support one sports team and place all of these top students, male or female, on one team. How many women and girls would thrive?
We are all entitled to our own beliefs, and the decision to participate in a sport is an individual's choice. At the same time, we must ensure that all participants, including transgendered women, are held to the exact same standard as everyone else. That is why it is important to maintain strict regulations and policies that protect the rights and opportunities of all women in sports, while also guaranteeing fairness and equity.
Thank you for considering this important issue. Let's work together to promote fairness and true equity in sports. Thank you.